Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So for the past couple number of days, what I am seeing is that many people are commenting about the delay in joining. So when you will get your joining, whether adapt will be done first and after adapt your joining will be there and you will get your DOJ email. And there are a few people who have said that they have been put on a hold. And why is this entire situation happening? So we'll be discussing in this video. Also recession, you might be hearing about this term a lot. So is this affecting the entire process? So we'll be seeing out. So if you can see that COVID boost software demand. So if you can actually go ahead and search that 2 years back when the COVID pandemic did hit, there were a lot of sudden boom in the software space because of increased demand. Everything went online. So there was a sudden demand of cloud storage, there was a sudden demand of online streaming, and you know how the entire thing has changed. We all have been through that. So due to that, the sudden demand, all the companies, particularly the service-based companies throughout the world, have seen this spike in demand. So to meet that demand, they have started mass hiring. So the hiring was increased. So this is one of the reason because of COVID-19. Not only that, there was a great resignation. You can go and search it. So great resignation is another factor. So great resignation has also led to a large number of employees, particularly in the software space, to quit their job because of various factors. If you can look into the news, you'll see high attrition rates in the service-based companies. Why is this high attrition rate? Why so many people are quitting their job? Because there was a work-life balance issue during the COVID pandemic. That is one factor. People were given massive offers by other companies who were experienced because of the sudden increase in demand of trained professionals or experienced professionals. So that led to a large number of people resigning from their present job, either to start a venture of their own, to make the use of the potential that they had seen in the space, or to move to a better opportunity which they were being offered because of the lack of talent and a sudden high demand. But as you can see over here, the great resignation could be soon be the great sacking. So this great resignation, whereby once upon a time everyone was quitting their job, now could eventually become the great sacking, which means the great resignation may become the great layoff. And now this is the inflation results. If you can see, inflation in the US have spiked. So after the COVID hit the global economy and everywhere, what happened that suddenly the demand of all the industries went down. So US started printing more dollars to boost the local economy, but that actually didn't go well for a long time, because that ultimately led, when you are printing a particular thing in abundance, say for example gold gets too much abundant, so the value of it will decrease. So that too happened with the dollar, and with the dollar weakening, not in with corresponding to rupee, but when you print more of dollars, basically the value of each dollar decreases. So when everyone has dollar, so they are willing to pay any amount to get a thing, and that actually leads to inflation and rise in inflation. So everything will essentially increase in price. So that inflation ultimately leads to a situation where people will be having enough money in hand, but that money will not be worth it. Anyway, that's a different thing of macroeconomics. Technically this is called stagflation, so we are not getting into all those things right now. What we are basically talking about is, because of the inflation, all the companies, major companies in the US are taking a hit. Okay, so they are slowing down their production processes. Now how it is impacting all these service based companies? Because these service based companies have their clients in the USA. The big companies, the big core companies in the USA are the clients of these service based companies which are operating from India. So when their clients actually reduces their overall budget spending, that also affects the companies who are providing them the services. Now already, as I have said, because of the COVID-19 pandemic and because of the large number of hiring that they have done due to the mass rise in demands, so that has ultimately created a situation where now they have a lot of workforce which they have to pay, but not the required demand from the industries to employ these workers. So this is leading to a situation where the companies need to lay off, and the companies are actually going on that track as well. If you can see, there is complete chaos at Oracle, because Oracle has recently announced layoffs and restructuring in order to tackle inflation. So that is the situation everywhere. So the only way you can actually, in fact, in India's edtech space, there are several companies which have declared bankruptcy. Unacademy has approximately fired 800 of its employees. So several tactics are being taken by all the organizations in the software space in order to tackle this situation. The only way by which you can crawl over this entire thing is by reskilling yourself, by learning new skills and enhancing your knowledge so that you can better survive in this situation. Okay, and for anyone who is waiting for their DOJ and thinking that whether the job gonna stay or not, I would strongly suggest do not sit with one offer in hand. Better move ahead, upskill yourself and apply for other areas as well. I know most of the companies will not be hiring at least for the next few months, or the hiring will be slowed down, but that is all you can do, because this is how the entire capitalism system works. I hope you find this helpful.